Welcome to the IREL podcast. Are you sick and tired of real estate gurus pitching their next free construction deal, only to find out years later they were completely wrong? Worried the next overseas conference you spend thousands to attend will only be used to sell overpriced lots in deserted developments? Join thousands of other international real estate seekers who are looking for their place in paradise without the sales pitch. Straight from your host, Taylor White.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of the IREL podcast. I am your host, Taylor White. We have a special show today with Alex Hernandez from Rabbit International in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and we'll get the straight scoop on the local real estate scene and have you coming away wanting to investigate its local property market further or cross it off your shortlist entirely and continue listening. Right now from Alex, you will learn why someone who travels extensively to places like Spain, Cuba, Canada, England, Holland, Germany, France, and all over the U.S. calls Santo Domingo home. The special location we both agree is the place to be in Santo Domingo, which was first discovered over 400 years ago. The exact streets you should be buying real estate in, as well as the average 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom prices. Uncovers 3 specific examples he believes are great deals, even for my grandma. If getting local financing is even a possibility, and much more. And don't forget, if you're listening to this podcast and want to grab Alex's contact details, links on buying or selling Santo Domingo real estate, or any other show notes, head on over to irelpodcast.com/9. That's irelpodcast.com/9. Grab yourself a Mama Juana hand-rolled cigar and feel Alex's bilingual flavor. In case you can't tell, I'm excited. Let's get Alex on the phone. Hey Alex, it's Taylor White. I am thrilled to have you on the IREL podcast today, straight from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. So we can get to know you personally. Tell us about yourself and where your stomping grounds were before you ended up in Santo Domingo.
After growing up in Santiago, Dominican Republic, I graduated from UTESA with a degree in tourism administration. I married and have my only daughter. I spent 15 years in the hotel industry as a receptionist, room division manager, general manager in Puerto Plata and Punta Cana. While working as a general manager of two boutique hotels in Puerto Plata, a friend of mine talked to me about Century 21, Juan Perdomo. It opened my eyes, so I sent my CV and Mr. Juan Perdomo application for a part-time job because I wanted to learn and experience the real estate business after working 2 years with Century 21, Juan Perdomo, and then moving to Santo Domingo. I decided to create my own real estate brand, Rabbit International, which I opened the first office in Santo Domingo, and 2 years later, another office in Puerto Plata.
Alex, I have spent considerable time in the DR, both the capital as well as Los Terrenos, so I have been really looking forward to our conversation. And so we can get a better idea of you professionally, Alex, give us your brief resume leading up to working at Rabbit International Real Estate.
Real estate in Santo Domingo at the time was a long way from what it was in Puerto Plata. None of the real estate in Santo Domingo spoke English or another language. So I identified the market to focus at and take advantage of my language and knowledge and with 15 years in a hotel industry experience together with a customer care sky, it was the best moment to start real estate business in Santo Domingo, focusing on the internet marketing with a very competitive only office website where clients can find all properties they're looking for in Santo Domingo area, Guandalia, and the rest of the country provinces, where they can get English and German speaking assistance.
Alex, now we are getting more familiar with who you are both on a personal and professional level. Let's start to dig into your journey just a little bit. Take us back to your mindset. What were some of the reasons why you decided to look at other countries to begin with years ago, and then maybe which countries you were considering before choosing Dominican Republic?
Since I was very young, I loved business and always dreamed to have my own company. As I mentioned earlier, 15 years working in the hotel industry, I had always had the dream of having time for my daughter, family, and for myself. Being in the real estate will give me sort of comfort level, so I can travel and have more and quality time with my families. As I love traveling all over and get to know more and more of the different culture, I traveled to Spain, Cuba, Haiti, Canada, England, Holland, German, French, and many different USA states.
Wow, Alex, I'm a big fan of agents who travel, as they then can compare what real estate is like in other countries to the DR for their clients. And Alex, listeners and I are always fascinated to learn about which countries people have considered and why. Now let's delve deeper into the DR as a whole, and then why you chose Santo Domingo in particular versus other popular spots like Samaná and Punta Cana.
The thing about Dominican Republic is that has international airport on almost all provinces, with different flights to the most major cities in the USA within 2 and 2.5 hours and worldwide. So it's really easy to get in and out of without having to go through a bunch of connections. In terms of living here in the Dominican Republic, is really the best beach resort destination in the Caribbean and the first country discovered by Christopher Columbus on the New World. That's why our colonial son has the richest and best history, where we have the first cathedral of America, fantastic restaurants, film festival, art gallery, or just plain walking around. It's totally safe, so security is not something we give much thought. There is just so much to do here. It is amazing. Every kind of water sport you can imagine. The best sailing bay in the North America, world-class deep sea fishing, scuba diving, world-class surfing, snorkeling, kayaking, adventure trips, dune bogies, river rafting, tennis, 24 great golf courses, and much more.
Well, Alex, I couldn't agree more and believe Santo Domingo is an awesome capital city, and my favorite spot, of course, is Zona Colonial for its history, ease of walking, and great nightlife. Through my travels, I am a firm believer in that I either get a place or I don't. Alex, share with us some reasons why Santo Domingo speaks to you.
The diversity of the town is what is really that makes Santo Domingo special. It doesn't really what age or stage in life you are in. If you want to do something, you can do it here. And the big thing is that you can psychologically comfortable doing it because there is not negative undercurrent going on. Everyone is happy to be here and to have you here. The locals, the non-locals, Dominican people, and the experts, it's sort of like we are all in this paradise enjoying the respected together.
Alex, we have gotten to know you both personally and professionally, reasons why you chose the DR, and why Santo Domingo speaks to you. But get ready. Now it's time for us to pick your brain on the local real estate scene. And to get the juices flowing, we're going to do a quick round of what I like to call the real estate hot seat, where I ask you 5 rapid-fire questions, and you give me an answer in 15 seconds or less each. Alex, are you ready for the Santo Domingo hot seat?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. What currency is real estate priced in?
All property are denominated in US dollars and some in Dominican pesos.
Is owning property as a foreigner legal?
Yes, it is. It's completely legal.
Can property be titled?
Yes, all property must be titled here, so the buyers can verify it on the title office registration within 2 minutes.
Can money flow in and out of the Dominican Republic easily, or are there currency restrictions?
Very, very easy, very fluid, no registration. The only registration term of currency is USA dollars cash, which are restricted in term of deposit. Large amount of USA cash are difficult to move, as I believe is pretty much the case in the most countries now.
And as listeners know, my number one question, Alex, what is your favorite local drink?
Mama Juana, but I don't drink normally alcohol, just socially.
Wow, Mama Juana is strong. Okay, Alex.
Yeah.
You can now relax, but just a little, as you are off the Santo Domingo hot seat. But it's time to zero in on the local real estate scene. Give us your brief synopsis on the Santo Domingo real estate market over the last few years, where it is today, and where you see it heading for the next few years.
In today's market, Dominican Republic real estate market and economy is very stable. That's why worldwide investors and vacations home buyers are focusing in the Dominican Republic to guarantee them investment. And also because as the biggest tourist country in the Caribbean, rental represents one of the best options for investors who looking to own a property in the country, and while they are not using it, they rent and make good income from it. Santo Domingo and Honduras is becoming more and more attractive for USA buyers, Canadian buyers, Russian buyers, Venezuelan buyers, etc. As a metropolis, Santo Domingo, it's amazing the amount of development and commercial industry activity that is going on here. This is creating tremendous amounts of capital and creating an incredible strong middle class and high class. Best way to discover how competitive is the Santo Domingo economy is with all high standard new mall being built together with the luxury new towers, very competitive with the most modern condominiums in America.
Alex, you have us sold on the DR as a country, Santo Domingo as a location, and then its real estate outlook within the near future. Of course, you don't have a crystal ball. I sure as heck don't. No one does. But that is why I think it's so vitally important to get on-the-ground insight from local real estate professionals. And yes, I just used the words local and on-the-ground in the same sentence to drive home a very important fact. Alex, you are not some newsletter writer who might spend a few days in Santo Domingo and then send out emails with hot buys, calling yourself an international real estate guru. You are there in the trenches on a daily basis, dealing with local buyers, sellers, agents, lawyers, and every facet of the real estate business. Alex, break this down even further for us. Pretend you are Google Maps or Google Street View. What streets, neighborhoods, or parts of the city are we talking about in Santo Domingo?
It is very interesting. Santo Domingo has grown in a very similar manner to most towns. It's grown to the margin and then growing internally. We have seen this happen 2 or 3 times in the past 3 decades. Right now, everyone wants to be in town where the walkability quotas is high living in town, close to the beach, walking to the coffee houses, restaurant, gallery, bar, nightclub, modern malls, golf course, and one of the nicer colonial in the world. That is where it is at right now.
Alex, now that we have specific locations in mind, what types of properties do you recommend? And first, let me give you a few brief examples of what I mean. Are we talking about buying pre-construction units for capital appreciation that we flip? Are we talking about buying completed apartments, houses, or office spaces to generate rental income? Or are we talking about buying land to either sell as is or subdivide into smaller tracts? Alex, give us a better idea of what you are talking about and recommending today.
Anacaona Street, Malecon, Bellavista, Naco, Pintini, Los Casicaso, La Esperilla, and Gasque on the Santo Domingo area. A lot of people want to be in this area, and sales are pretty bricks. If you want a prime location in a new building, you need to buy pre or during construction, which a lot of people are doing. So there are about 100 smaller to 20 to 60 units sort of infield projects going on the city now. So that are looking like they will be pretty much sold out before completion. These are typically 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, 120 to 500 square meter. We have had our customer buy in the new modern condominium with all resort facilities, all of which are solid properties that are doing very well.
Alex, now I'm going to hit you up with a 2-part question that I know everyone wants to know, and you have to give us a general range so we have some price points in mind. Here they are. Part 1, what would be the price range of what we are talking about? Maybe give us a starting price point at the low end to a final price point at the high end. And Alex, just to clarify, I am talking about total purchase price.
The price range of a 1-bedroom apartment in Santo Domingo is about $120,000 to $250,000. 2-bedroom from $150,000 to $350,000, and 3 bedrooms from $150,000 to $4 million.
Okay, Alex, and a part 2 as a follow-up, what would be the cost per meter? Again, maybe a starting price point at the low end and a final price point at the high end.
The cost per square meter in Santo Domingo are starting at $900 to $3,000 per square meter.
And for listeners like me who are used to dealing in square feet, divide the numbers you hear by 10.76, or maybe just a flat 10 to keep it easy, and you get close enough numbers to get an idea of what Alex is referring to. Okay, Alex, this is a question I like to call, what would grandma do? My grandma calls you up, says she has X amount of dollars to spend. You know, you can't let my grandma down. Alex, share with us 3 specific examples you would show her and explain why these make sense.
We will need to know what her lifestyle will look like, and then we will be able to direct her to the area she will best be suited in. We may first direct her to the Malecon area and Zona Colonial. If she didn't need all the action of the romantic zone, but still want to be in a nice, maybe large oceanfront complex where she will have access to the shop and restaurant, Ibiza Tower, it has lovely 2 and 3 bedrooms oceanfront units in the 250 to 550 range. Malecon Center has 2 and 3 bedrooms in the 300 to 850 range. Beira Mar has 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms in the 350 to 1 million, both in the ranch, in the Malecon. Downtown zone, One World Tower has some nice units remaining in the 340 range for the 2 bedrooms, and you are on the mall and have thousands of restaurants and bars within 2 to 3 blocks. Best and higher zone of Santo Domingo is Caney Tower has luxury units in the 2 million range for the 3 or 4 bedrooms units, all in the largest park in the Caribbean and huge ocean view.
We are laser focused on specific areas of Santo Domingo. We know our starting price point. We have an idea of cost per meter. We have 3 specific examples which are good enough even for grandma. Now let me ask you an obvious question. How do we buy? Do we need to come in with all cash, whether that's from our checking account, home equity line of credit, or retirement funds? Go for it, Alex.
Well, all funds, deposit, balance of purchase price can go into escrow account. This account are run by recognizable USA escrow companies, First Fidelity, Stewart Title, and so on. Funds are typically wire transferred to the escrow account, cash deposit, or payments of more than $10,000 will not work, but all wire transfer are allowed. Doesn't matter the amount, if you can provide where funds are and what for is it. We are actually legally bound to report to the Dominican treasurer and any cash transaction that we may become involved in. And if we don't have face serious fines.
And Alex, as a transition, a part 2, can we come in with a certain percentage down and get local financing from a bank or credit union?
You can come with a certain percentage and get local financing from bank or credit union. Americans, Canadians, and most of Latin American citizens easy get along in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, Alex, anyone who has ever owned real estate can tell you, you need to have a money exit strategy in place even before you buy. It's something what I like to call, where's the cheddar? You are buying the property to do what with it to make some money. So, Alex, where's my cheddar?
Well, as you probably know, you make money in real estate when you buy, not when you sell. So you need to be sure that you buy right. That is what plain old due diligence and market understanding. If you buy something in the middle of nowhere with nothing around you, then you are going to have a very tough time selling that property, obviously. On the other hand, if you can buy a quality location and quality property that has solid demand, then selling shouldn't be a big issue. At the same time, you should always be able to rent the unit during the time that you may not be able to use the place. This is a great cash flow that will allow you to easily pay for your carrying costs and a few flights back and forth from home bases.
Alex, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to share with us about Santo Domingo real estate. We have heard about your journey, why you chose the DR, exact areas of Santo Domingo to focus on, price points to look out for, specific examples good enough even for grandma, a money strategy to purchase, and then what we might do with it after the fact to make some cheddar. Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. But before we do, share with us easy ways to get a hold of you, any parting advice you might want to share, and then let's say goodbye.
Sure. Visiting our website, rabbitinternational.com, you can get our contact information and get to know all our exclusive property for sale and rent. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google Plus as Rabbit International. To contacting with us, email us to info@rabbitinternational.com or call us at 809-518-2801. Our Skype is Rabbit International.
Alex, I have truly enjoyed this conversation straight from Santo Domingo to our earbuds, and I hope we can catch up again in 3 to 6 months.
It was my pleasure, and for sure, Taylor, we will catch up again.
I want to thank Alex once again for his fantastic take being on the ground in Santo Domingo. Listening to Alex will help open your eyes to dealing with great bilingual agents in tropical Latin American countries like the Dominican Republic. Not only would Alex be able to deal with English-speaking clients, but also Spanish-speaking clients as well. Alex even told me privately he has other agents on his staff speaking third and fourth languages for both buyers and sellers. I can't wait to get Alex back on the show again soon with more specific Santo Domingo real estate investments he believes you need to hear about right now. If you're listening to this podcast and want to grab Alex's contact details, links on buying or selling Santo Domingo real estate, or any other show notes, head on over to irelpodcast.com/9. Are you a real estate agent like Alex with an amazing story you want to share? Do you have properties located in the world's most desired hotspots, just waiting for buyers? Well, guess what? I want to help. Whether you're a Canadian in Mexico, a Brit in Spain, an Aussie in Malaysia, or born and raised in the DR like Alex, I invite you to share it with my eager listeners. Head on over to irelpodcast.com/9 to get started, and together we will share your story.
You have been listening to the IREL Podcast with Taylor White. Be sure to hit up irelpodcast.com for more. That's irelpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.